Howdy, Possum Patty here. Well, Possum Patty and, Stanley and Angela Rose and the whole Soggy Bottom bunch. And yeah, the mess that's on the desk, it's still here. I had fun yesterday though, playing with the seed packs and the little fairies that I did the other day, and did a page about my forget-me-nots, and I think I'm just going to have some more play today. Yeah, just sit here, do some gentle journaling. I'd have so many things on the table that are fun and colorful, and I want to put them in my journals. And, well, I got these whimsical teacup houses scrapbook paper the other day from Temu. And I love them. I love them so much. I'm going to put one in the journal, yes. I'm going to put one in the journal because this little fairy that I made the other day said she would like a little teacup house to live in. Yeah, so I'm going to give her a little teacup house to live in. And I'm going to journal today about my morning glories. Oh, I have a seed pack. And I'm probably going to print out a picture of this morning glories that are on my trellis. And I'm going to use a seed pack, and I'm going to use a little fairy. And you know what? I made these big, but I'm like, they're actually big enough that you can journal on the back of them. It could actually be a little journaling card. Yes. I think that's a possibility, but we'll see how things go. Seed pack, fairy, whimsical tea houses. Oh, I just have to print out a picture, and let's see how this all comes together. Come on along. I'll be making the page in Emma. Emma is my shabby chic journal. That just means the style of the cover, not what's on the inside. And everything that I used to make the cover came from the flea market. All this beautiful lace and pins and dragonfly and trim. Everything came from the flea market. Even the picture of Emma came from the flea market. I'm skipping over to this page because I want to journal about the morning glories growing on the trellis, and this page is about when I put that trellis together. There is one more empty page back here. I think I'll put my brother's 75th birthday party over here, in between all these flowers. I know, I love my flowers. So the little green dress fairy said she would love to live in a teacup. And I picked this teacup out for her. Not only because she loved that little house on top of the teacup, but look how gorgeous. All these pinks and oranges and teals and even the greens go with this page. I know. That's amazing, isn't it? And I know it's not the right shape for the page, but that's okay. All these pages have been decorated by hand, by me. So it's okay to have some showing on both sides. And I thought I would do something a little different this time. And I would glue this paper down right across the middle of the page like that. Well, even these pinks kind of go with these pinks over here, right? Well, this is paper. It's the original paper, and it's a fairly good weight. Yes, it's not cardstock, but it is paper. And I'm just going to glue that on there because I already put this on my printer copier machine, and I made a copy. Isn't that gorgeous? And what I'm going to do is very carefully cut out this teacup. Or maybe around the handle, doesn't matter, right? Across the bottom. And then glue that right on top of the other teacup like a pocket so that the little fairy can go in the house there. And then I'll just have to do a journaling card, which I might use this like a little pocket and put the journaling card on the inside of this. And the journaling card will have two pictures, or maybe I need two journaling cards or one picture on each side. We'll figure that out in a minute. But now this is this trellis that I made, and I planted all these morning glories on it. So they're planted at the bottom of the trellis. Now, the thing is, there has not been one flower on all these morning glory vines. No. I've got all these morning glories growing and no flowers. Well, I didn't check early this morning yet, but this is yesterday. As of yesterday, there were no flowers on this vine. On our old trellis, yes, our old trellis that leads over to the garage, right? There's like one scraggly little morning glory vine that came up as a volunteer, and it's blooming beautifully. Just like this one little vine going up on the trellis, and it's got all these flowers on it. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. We shall see if this one will decide to bloom before the frost comes. I don't know. I would love it to bloom because then I'll collect all the seeds. But maybe I can get some seeds off of this one for next year. So these will go on a journaling card. See how nice these little pictures will fit on a card inside the seed pack. I just printed them out quick with the Canon Mini Ivy printer. Very handy for journaling. No ink in it. It's just got, sensitive paper, like a Polaroid camera, right? The pictures just come out all printed up. Sometimes the colors are a little hard for it, though. I think they made a newer version. They have 2.0. This is like the first one, I believe. And sometimes these darker colors, like a dark red or a dark purple, I think it's a little hard for that to print out. But they'll do just fine for my journaling. I'll put them over there for now. So what do I have to do? All right, I got to think step by step here. The first thing is I'm going to mark my paper. Going to mark my paper to fit on the page, and I'm going to glue this down. Looking for my pencil. I got a lot of pencils here somewhere. All right, here's one. Move that up so it's even. And I'm going to use my slicer dicer just to cut this down to size. And I'll probably just use some glue stick in the middle and a little tacky glue around the edge and put that there. That's my plan anyway. I still have all these little bits of painty paper on the table. Everything is here from yesterday. I know I haven't put anything away. And it's early in the day. It's early in the day, but Mr. Possum has a project to do. So it's like, ooh, while he's doing that right now, I'm going to sneak in here and work on something because I got a few things that I have to do later. And he has a few things he's doing now. All the stuff on the table, but the glue stick is where? Glue stick is over in the bucket. Put a little white glue. Hold those corners down. And let's put this down right in the middle. That just makes a beautiful page by itself, doesn't it? Oh, look, and there's even swirlies here, and they go right off into the swirls on the page. I didn't plan that, no. Now, this is the original paper one. Mr. Possum's out in the garage. You might not be able to hear him, but I can hear him through the wall over here. He's talking to this Google. Got a little Google Home Dot or whatever that is out in the garage. He's always telling it what to play. I think he's talking to somebody, but he's just talking to the radio. See, now I don't have to cut all these little tiny things because they're on this paper. So I could just go like this and cut out the main parts of the teacup. Like I'm not going to cut out that flower on the top and that stem. I don't need to do that. I can just go right across here. like that. I could even, I don't know, should I come down here and go up? Thinking about it. Let's see. I could just go straight across. No, I'll go down. Now I could use what I cut off to decorate my journal card. Like that flower right there. Okay, so I don't have to cut that little swirl coming out. Or even that tiny red thing. I don't have to cut that either. Because that'll be on the background. All right, I'm going to have to do this and come back in. Because this piece is getting in the way. Okay, now I can get closer. Now I could leave that right there, and that's probably a good idea for a pocket. But I could go in here, because you don't want that little hanging edge of the roof to be very thin and then come down here, because you'll be putting things in and out of the pocket, and that'll snag on there. Yeah, sometimes you have to think about the function of your paper. Paper engineering, that's what it's all about. See? And that's going to go right on there. Whoops. I'm just folding the bottom up, or I'm going to have to cut it off there. Cut it straight across, probably. See, if I glue these pointy parts down here, if I glue all this right down to there, glue that down up there. Where's my fairy? Hello, little fairy. Does she have room to go into her teacup? Yes. Yes, she does. Okay. Just want to make sure she's going to fit into that teacup. I've got this big kite tag hanging out the top of the journal. I can't push this up any closer under the camera. Of course, I could pull that tag out, right? So I'm going to glue here. I'm going to glue all of that. And then I'm going to glue down the side of the teacup and across the bottom. And maybe up just a little bit that way, but leave this part open like that. Okay, that's my plan. This is cardstock, so I'm going to use the tacky glue. And I'm going to start up here. And then this can be drying while I work on the journal card. I know I'm doing the same thing as I did yesterday. I'm wearing my October shirt. I'm doing my spring and summer journaling. Well, this part, it's memory keeping, right? Yeah, see, so you don't have to worry about it, right? If you don't get all your journaling done, instead of being daily journaling, which it should have been, it just becomes memory keeping. No problem. A lot of glue up there. All right, get your fingers dirty. Carefully place this down. Oh, I was going to go partially up, wasn't I? Oop. Okay, making a mess. Partially up. Put this back down. Can I line it up with the picture underneath? I need a paper towel. I need to wipe that. I need to wipe my fingers. Thank you, Ollie. Ollie's my paper towel holder. He's been with me a long time. In she goes. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Okay, but we're going to let that dry a minute. Don't want her to get glued in there. Now we're going to work on this. So this will go in there too. I didn't measure it to see if it would fit in, but I think we'll be good. So now I can move this out of the way and let that dry. I still have this painty paper here too. And I need to make a card that will fit inside of here. So I'm going to mark the size of the seed pack, but then cut it a little smaller. And I'm going to go down about that much. Like that. And this mark is there. And I'm going to go down about that much. Journaling card. Let's round the corners. It's so much fun making this painty paper, make those stems. And see, if I leave it on the table, it gets used. Now, if I had filed that away somewhere, it would be still filed away, right? And not being used. Oh, and I have this. That's right. I have this. Okay. I can put the Morning Glory. So if I put this over in the corner, and I can write up here, or do all my writing on the other side. All right, let's commit to something. Because I'll just keep thinking up more things and more things. All right, so this is sticky paper. Just peel off the back and press it down. And this, I think I'm just going to glue this on there. A little tacky glue. I'm going to line up this corner because the other corner is short. I will round the edges. Now I could just put some paint or something in that corner. I could glue a piece of paper there. And then I could put this anywhere I want. I think I'm going to do that. Time to commit. I also planted some sweet peas by this trellis, and I planted them way too late because I know they like to come up when the weather's a little cooler. And the weather got really hot really quickly. And a couple of them just kind of dried up in this 95-degree heat, but there's still a few over there. And I'm thinking, well, maybe this fall, if the weather cools off a little bit, maybe they'll bloom. I don't know. I'm cutting out this little flower here. I could add it to that corner if I don't like that white corner. I don't know. Can you hear Mr. Possum sneezing out in the garage? The window's closed, but the garage is right next to me. And sometimes you see him walking by the window over here because the window goes out to the porch. And to get from the garage to the house, you just walk across the porch. Come in. well, used up scraps of painty paper, used up scraps of Whimsical teacup printout. And I need to do some journaling. Oh, and I have to make this a pocket. I think what I did last time was I glued the flap down. Oops. I glued the flap down and cut the top. So this says heirloom. So heirloom is usually an older variety that reseeds pretty easily. You can collect the seeds and, use them over again. And the U.S. Patent Office won't come after you because nobody has a patent on these DNA. That's a real thing, Yeah. Some companies like Monsanto and a few other big seed companies, they put a patent on their plants. So legally you cannot reproduce them. But if it says heirloom, you're golden. No problem. Collect the seeds and use them over again. And there's my pocket. Just glued down that flap and opened up the top. And that'll go right inside there. Perfect fit. I made it just a little bit smaller. Oh, do we need something at the top to pull it in and out? Or, let's see. Yeah, we might. We need a little tab at the top. We need a top tab. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have on the table here? Let me look around. I just grabbed a couple pieces of the thin ribbon. I've got so much of this stuff and sewed it on. I know it's a little off center because I didn't want to sew into that little flower right there. I might leave these orange threads hanging. I just picked purple and green, well, because they were near the top of the pile, and I'm figuring purple and green for the morning glories. Oh, I still have to do my journaling. Okay, let me do my journaling, and then I believe this page, should I journal on her too? Should I journal on the card? I think I'll do a little journaling there, and I'll do a little journaling on the back of the fairy. I decided not to write it all on this side, just have the picture of the morning glories. On this side, I put 2024. I know I'm getting so much better about putting the date on everything. New trellis leading to picnic area, showing that it has no flowers. And on the back of the little fairy, I said 2024. The morning glories planted for new trellis grew very well, but did not bloom. The ones that popped up under the old trellis did not grow as well, but bloomed. Yeah, very strange. Everything all nicely coordinated here. Okay, now the card goes in the seed pack. Like that. I've got my little ribbons and threads hanging out. And both the fairy journaling card and the seed pack are going to go into the pocket. It's a little thicker now with that watercolor paper there, but it still fits in. And her little hands can be poking out too, like that. It doesn't have to be pushed in all the way. I can leave it half out like that. How cute is that? And a pocket in a pocket. Love it, love it. I've got another fairy in my journal. I've got my whimsical teacup. Finally got in my pack for the morning glory seeds and my little bit of journaling about the trellises. And I want to do some more, but you know what? Mr. Possum just came to the window. He's like this. Come here. I need your help for something. So I'm going to leave this here for now. I might come back later and do a little more, because I'm just really enjoying some journaling today. So thanks for coming along and happy junk journaling. Bye-bye.